I'm having such a relaxing day, making things to send off to my patrons that support my channel and to people that have purchased things from my little online craft shop. Just one quick thing before we get started with this video. This plaque that I sell on my website, a few people have asked for it to say be safe, so just leave in the comments if you want different words putting on. So this is a quick little DIY I'm going to show you. You may remember I made something similar a while ago, that I'll leave a link down below if you want to watch the other video on me making this. So basically this is my Minnie and Moa logo, the jumping rabbit. And I've made a free template, so I'll leave a link down below to where you can download that if you want, and then you can just cut it out yourself at your end just by printing out a free printable PDF, and then you can just copy off this if you want. So what I've done is I've just drawn it out, and then I've cut roughly, well, I've left a good centimetre or so extra on top of the size of the template, and then I've just turned it round the other way. So I'm using this gorgeous Toile De Jouy French fabric. I don't have a great deal left. I've got about 3 meters, so I've probably got enough to make, well, I'd like to make one for each of my patrons this month, and I've got about probably enough to make about an extra 3. So if you're interested in supporting my channel and becoming a patron and getting me to make you one of these bunnies and put it in the post to you, just check out the description box below, and all the information there on how to become a patron will be on. Other than that, I might have 1 or 2 spare if I have enough fabric, which I'll just pop in my shop. So everything I'm talking about, the links are all below for everything. I don't want to have to keep saying that. So basically what I've done here with my rabbit, well, I've just taken 2 pins from the other rabbit that I'm busy working on, because literally I own 2 pins. I have just ordered some more with my patron money for this month, but at the minute I have 2 pins to my name and one of them is bent. So welcome to my channel, Minnie Moore, if you're new, and happy Easter to everybody. I hope everybody's keeping safe and well, and this video can just provide a little bit of inspiration for you this springtime. Nothing better than just getting on with crafts when you're indoors. Just make something nice for your home, or just make something for a gift for somebody. So hopefully I can give you a little bit of inspiration today. So I'm just doing a normal straight stitch around this bunny. I'm starting slightly around the edge of one side, and then I work around the top of the rabbit. Just makes it easier for when I want to fill it with the wadding. So I've just started at the feet, and then I'm going to work round the top back round to the front of the rabbit's face. So that's it, mostly stitched. Just showing you, I'm on my window ledge here because it's so dark for sewing and so gloomy today, and it's just so hard to see. You might remember this little rabbit that I made. I'll leave a link if you want to watch the video on how I made him. But I just sometimes think it'd be so nice to have a little studio with loads of natural light where I can just sit and get on with my videos and have all my craft stuff out all the time. I suppose that is my ultimate goal. I mean, thank you to me, patron support already kind of enables me to do this as I do, but eventually I'd like to just do this full time, just make things and make videos and share it with you. So anyway, I'm just going to show you here. I'm just padding out the feet, and I'm just using a pair of tweezers. Now I've made loads of these rabbits in the past because I've been selling the plain calico ones on my website pretty much since I started my website. But these tweezers make such a difference. You'd think you could just poke this in with your fingers, but it just doesn't go where you want it, and it goes in lumps. But if you just pinch it with the tweezers, you can just get it exactly where you want it, and you're getting like a nice even kind of pattern, if you like, when you just can just push it just where you want it. So yeah, I definitely recommend for fiddly jobs like this some of these tweezers. So I'm just putting this filling inside. So I'm not filling it as much as possible, but I am making it so it is quite rigid. So I do put quite a lot of filling in it. So then what I'll do is once I've filled it, then I'm just going to continue sewing a bit and then filling and sewing. So this rabbit probably takes, I think it probably took us about definitely less than 2 hours, but say 2 hours maximum, because it is quite big. But you could always make a smaller one. You could literally download my PDF, and then you could maybe shrink it down if you want a smaller template of the same shape. So then I filled the head and ears, and then just continued packing it and stuffing it, I should say, and then sewing it. I'm just going to put some hand cream on. I think my hands sometimes look really dry on camera, and I'm always conscious of it, and they are really dry at the minute. Oh, do you know, I must learn how to make hand cream. I go through so much of it. I really want to do that, seriously. One thing I forgot to say was the bit where I've been stitching, like sewing the rabbit, is where the pencil line was that I drew at the beginning. So sorry, I just forgot to mention that. So I've finished sewing him and he's all packed up now. But he's still nice and soft without being, you know, but he's still going to keep his shape. So I'm quite happy the way that's worked out. So what I'm going to do is just trim in here just to keep this nice and neat and tidy. Unlike the calico rabbit, this doesn't really fray as much. So it's a bit less rustic looking, a little bit more French vintage looking, I suppose. In fact, this will go really well in my bedroom. So I've just gone with twine for a little bow to go around his neck. You can easily take this off if you wanted, but I just think I don't know, I feel like it looks a bit lost without something around its neck now that I'm so used to doing this. So I've just put a bit of twine round and tied it in a knot. So I'll just take my camera off the stand here. So yeah, I did look for ribbon. I looked for something else to tie around his neck, but nothing else really seemed to work. You can't really go far wrong when you stick to like the natural colours. So this is literally my workspace today. Yeah, I just feel like I can't really sew unless it's natural light. Just not as enjoyable. So for the hanger, I'm just going to again use the twine and just sew it into the back of the rabbit's ears and into the back of the rabbit's tail. I find they're the best places to attach it, so it'll just hang nicely. Now you could sew this into the material if you wanted, but I think it looks fine just sewed behind and neatly behind the ears in with the stitching. So here's the calico one that I already have made, and here's my new one. I love the little dog in the middle there. Obviously these will all be different when I make them for you, but if you want this exact one, just like I say, become my next patron. Just read below how that can be a thing for you, and each month hopefully I'll be making you something and posting it to you. So here was a hanging just on my lamp with a few other little bunny decorations in the background. So it's actually turned out really quite well. I didn't think it would look as different as the one I'm used to making, but I think it's just got a nice like French touch to it. So that's a little DIY you could try. So I've called it like an easy sew project. So yeah, because it just takes a while because it's quite big, like I say. So next I'm going to take my little pooch out for a walk in the park. Now I know she's lying in the bit sun and that's shining through the window onto the stairs, so she always looks very reluctant to go. But she's fine once we get up and go, and she's always happy to be there. As soon as I put a harness on and then walk across the road, and then that's it, put it down and then we're away. So just want to show you like a little bit of one of our walks. Look at these gorgeous flowers here in Hexham. The parks always look so beautiful at this time of year. So I take the dog off there, she's waiting. I take her off a lead when we get to this point, and just let her march through the park on her own. Well, not on her own, I follow her, and then we have a nice little explore. And then to the right of the park, I don't know if you've ever visited Hexham. I know a lot of my viewers are from America, so you probably haven't visited Hexham, but it's a historic town. I've only lived here, well, I've only lived in the town since June, so I don't know much about the history, although I'd like to learn more about it, and I'm sure I will do in the future. So if you've watched my videos before, you'll know I like to try and always add a little bit of my life in with a video. It's looking for us. You couldn't find us, could you? They're hiding. Ah, oh, such a good doggy. Aren't you, Minnie? So yes, this is Minnie, my little cockapoo. She's such a good little dog, and she just... Look at her running through the flowers. I didn't expect her to actually run through the flowers. In fact, I think at the end of this video I'll put a picture on of her actually running through, and she looks like my jumping rabbit. The way like the paws are just bent round. She looks so cute. So luckily we're allowed out for an hour a day, so we spend that time in this park getting our exercise. So luckily this is like literally about a minute's walk from where I live. So it's just great to be able to just come here And there's the odd person about, but not many. Obviously, a lot of people are just staying in their houses and just going out just for necessities. Look at how blue the sky is today. I've tried to keep the volume down as much as I can to stop the wind noise on this video, but trying to like still let you hear the birds. It's like a riot of tweets. Tweets? Did I say tweets? Here's the bandstand. The choir at Christmas was just beautiful on this bandstand. So this is part of the walk we're going to go on, which is, I think it's classed as the Secret Gardens, and this is the sealed park in Hexham. So if you're from Hexham, I'm sure you'll be very familiar with this gorgeous little bit. So there's quite a lot to the park, but once you get to just almost like the children's play park, there's a little cut through here, and then it just takes you down this beautiful little bit of land. Then we'll have a river, a stream that runs along the bottom here. And then the dog just like loves the fact that, well, we've only really just started including this bit in my walk, to be honest with you. So I'm taking her out less now, but just a longer walk when I do take her out. So over this little hedge here, there's some gorgeous little flowers just popping up here and there. I wish I could tell you what they were called, but I don't know. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous tree here. I actually took a photo of this against the blue sky. I've got a clip of that at the end of this video as well for you to have a little look at. So I spotted this gorgeous little bunch of flowers just over the little hedge, so I just climbed over so I could get a closer shot and some photos of it.
Minnie.
How gorgeous. They look so delicate, and look at the little detail on them. So this did inspire me to draw some flowers actually, which I'll show you at the end of this video. It's amazing how close you can get to the blackbirds at this time of year. They just keep really still, and I've often walked like easily within a foot of them. If you're just slow enough, it's almost like if they keep still enough, I feel like you're not going to see them. So this is probably one of my favourite bits of the park here. Look at this gorgeous silver birch tree shining. It's so bright. How much it stands out. Such a lovely day today. It really starting to feel like spring. I love all the little details of this historic town. There's so many little interesting bits that I'm still discovering as I walk around. Just little quirky bits of the architecture, and some of the buildings are really gorgeous in Hexham. In fact, I could probably do a video alone of some of the gorgeous buildings, which I love. I love architecture and buildings. I mean, I love the countryside as well. Just behind this picture here, this shot here, there's a school, and it's a gorgeous looking school. So my friends' children go here, and especially from the other side, it's like a lovely looking, historical looking building. So a lot of these buildings in Hexham just remind me of like Harry Potter. I will do a video on that alone, I think. So I'm just walking down to the little bridge. The dog's just going off-road. Some of these trees are just so tall and amazing. You can just hear the birds in the trees. That big nest there, that's clearly got little chicks in it. I can see birds going back and forth. So the dog's just chasing a squirrel up the tree. I really don't want to go in when it's a day like this. It's just so nice. So it's been really nice today, just coming out and videoing and showing you a little bit more around where I live, around the Sealed Park area where we spend a lot of our time. Yeah, and it's just so nice and sunny, but it could be worse. It could be on lockdown, it could be winter, which I did think would be a good idea at first, as in a better time of year, but then I realised no, because it's so much nicer that little bit of time when we do come out the house. It's really nice and spring-like at the minute, and I think it just kind of makes you look forward to hopefully summer where we can kind of get out more. Look at this gorgeous carved owl. It's actually carved all into one piece of wood. I just think it looks really nice. You can't see, but there's one behind it. I didn't quite catch it on the camera. I've got some photos of it, but I don't think they're the right size to put on my video. Never mind. I think I've squeezed enough in this video. So look at these flowers here. Every day there seems to be more and more flowers coming out. And also look at this tiny little ladybird here. Ah, how sweet. That reminds me, I've got some ladybirds to draw for somebody. That just reminded me, literally. So then we just head back out of this little bit of the gardens, and we're going to go back to the bridge and then just take a little walk closer down to the river area. The dog's usually a bit wary of water, but it's quite hot today, so I had a feeling she might go in and just have a little plodge about. I don't think she's quite sure what to do, but it obviously probably feels quite nice and cool on her little feet, and it's not too deep. I think she just wants to get out now. You just know when a dog comes out of water, they're going to just have a good shake. It's alright, I wasn't actually anywhere near her at this point. So there's still plenty of daffodils about. Look at these lovely white daffodils. I just think they're such an image of spring, aren't they, when you see daffodils? So we're just kind of heading in a homely direction now. So that was the stream. So we're just going a slightly different way back home, and we're going around where the bowling green is, which is just here on the right of this shot. The dog's not quite sure which way we're going back. I do try and change it. So look at these beautiful manicured gardens around the bowling green, and then that's the gorgeous Hexham Abbey in the distance. The front of it obviously is a lot more impressive, but it is nice from all different angles. So she quite likes walking down here. Look at these gravestones, and this tiny little area here. I did stop and read them once. It's quite interesting. I do like history, although I didn't enjoy it at school. Look at the way the abbey stands out against the blue sky. Gorgeous for photography today. We're not actually going up here, but she does like to sometimes just run up this little bit, and I like to look at the words on here and just admire the beautiful abbey. So we do get quite a lot of tourists usually that come to Hexham, and I can clearly see why. I hadn't been to Hexham before until we moved up to the farmhouse from South Shields. But yeah, I'm pleased to call this place home for now, and for however much longer I end up living here. Here's a little snippet of a look at this little house, the little corner rooms with the glass little windows. So we're just walking back down here past the bandstand. She knows the way. I'll put a lead on when we get to the gate. I'm sure it just stops for me to put it on. So here's a little map that I've never really looked at before. So we've done a little bit extra, trying to show you where we've been in the secret garden up here. Then we've continued walking around here. I will video more of this beautiful park and show you it. Even the gates are gorgeous. So on my way back, we're past the post box. This is where I post all of my mail to you. It's always in a bit of a dash. This is my friend's bike that just loaned me, which my son's been using for his paper round that he's just started. Minnie always runs up the stairs and waits for me to come up, and then she'll go and get a drink of water. Excuse the sound.
Up, spin. Good.
So Millie has been doing my makeup, and the dog's looking at me strange.
Does Mammy look different? She's nodding.
Time for my little bear to go to sleep. So inspired by the flowers that I've seen, I got out my sketchbook and drew these flowers in here. I did actually draw a bird on the other page, so I drew a buzzard as well that I'd seen the other day. So I tend to draw things that I've just seen. It just gives us that bit inspiration. So I'm always drawing stuff. Obviously in my little sketchbook I can't actually sell those, if you like. I just have them for my own like little doodle pad. But I do often do sketches and put them in on my website. So I'll leave a link down below for my website if you want to just check that out and just see what I do if you haven't seen it before. Obviously the sketches are just one-offs, but things like these bunnies, these are for sale on the website, or like I say, check out becoming a patron and support my channel, which you can do from $1 a month. So every penny is appreciated. So here's a clip of the dog copying off my bunny logos. I just think it's so cute. I hope you've enjoyed a little look around Hexham today. And thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. So everybody, please have a lovely Easter or rest of Easter break, and take care of yourselves, keep safe, and leave me a comment please. I have plenty of time for a change to respond to all of your comments. Bye bye now.